Well, this is new video showing a small plane spiraling toward the ground before crashing into a home just outside of Portland last night. On board that plane, there were 3 people, all connected to the Hillsboro Aero Academy, including one young woman from Spokane. A flight instructor and a student pilot died in the crash. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Kirsten O'Connor. This is Emily Hurd, the only survivor of the crash. She's a 20-year-old from Spokane, and she was airlifted to a Portland hospital with serious injuries. Tonight, her family is asking for your prayers. Our Natalie Grant is in studio with me tonight. Natalie, just a horrifying story to hear, and thinking of her parents tonight. You spoke with some people who are very close to her. What did they have to say?
Yeah, absolutely a horrible situation all around here. But as far as this, it's a situation you hear about on the news, but it's never something that you would expect to happen to someone you know and love. That's how the friends of Emily described getting the news of the crash last night. Now her family is asking for community support through prayer as Emily starts her long road to recovery.
20-year-old Barrett Bevacqua of Hillsboro, 22-year-old Michele Cavallotti, and 20-year-old Emily Hurd was the surviving victim of that crash.
On Wednesday night, a Spokane family's world turned upside down as their 20-year-old daughter was rushed to the hospital after surviving this plane crash.
You see him on the news, you're like, oh wow, that must suck, and then you see that video of the planes filing down, and you know it's your friend in the cockpit, and you're like, it's hard to believe.
Emily is enrolled at the Hillsboro Aero Academy, pursuing her goal to one day become a commercial pilot. Josiah Neale has been friends with Emily their whole lives, describing her as someone who never shies away from adventure, no matter if it's on the slopes, in the mountains, or up in the sky.
Yeah, you know, at first I was like, oh, of course she survived. And then the more I thought about it, I was like, oh, wow, that's truly just a gift from God. God has a plan for her.
In a press conference Wednesday, investigators confirmed this was a training flight and Emily was in the back seat of the plane. But what exactly brought it down is still unknown.
We look at all phases of flight, and this was an instructional flight. So potentially, they could have been doing a maneuver. At this point, we just don't know.
The Hillsboro Aero Academy released a statement following the crash, saying in part, this is a profoundly challenging time for our community as we process this event and support each other in our grief. Emily's family is now asking for your prayers so she can recover and take on her next adventure.
I hope she can get back on it and get back up there, but she's got a long road to go.
Now, according to the latest statement from Emily's family, they say that she has undergone emergency surgery to fix a broken back and is still under sedation today. She also has several other serious injuries that they're looking into. Now, no one in the home or on the ground the night of the crash was hurt. Reporting in studio, Natalie Grant, 4 News Now.
Just an incredible story. Thank you, Natalie.